In the last class, we had started with the Tempest, and firstly, I had given you a very brief introduction about the work Tempest, and then we had discussed briefly about the characters. So, today we'll begin the play Tempest, and we'll start with Act 1 and Scene 1. So, anybody who can tell me the meaning of Tempest? As it is the name of your work, so it is very important for you to know what is the meaning of the word Tempest. Anybody who wants to try, then you can please comment it, write it in the comment section. It means a violent storm. ठीक है, एक बहुत तेज तूफान, ये होता है टेम्पेस्ट का मतलब. And the work starts with this violent storm only. You can see in the first scene in Act 1, Scene 1, you can see that there is a violent storm in the sea and a ship is in the sea during that time, and there are many people in the sea on the ship. So we'll start with Act 1, Scene 1, and the setting of Act 1, Scene 1 is on the ship, a tempestuous noise. So basically you can only understand that the setting is on the ship. So as the play begins with a violent storm, जो हमारा प्ले है वो एक तेज समुद्री तूफान के साथ स्टार्ट होता है. This is a very rare scene. You will not find such type of beginning in any of Shakespeare's plays. So basically Shakespeare has only tried in this play that how will it work if he uses this type of a stagecraft in the beginning only. So the work begins. A violent storm rages around a small ship at the sea. The master of the ship calls for his boatswain to rouse the mariners to action and prevent the ship from being run aground by the tempest. So there are many people in the ship, and when the storm comes, the manager of the ship, it means the head officer of the ship, he tells the boatswain. Okay. This work begins with the word. टेम्पेस्ट जो है वो इस वर्ड से स्टार्ट होता है. जो फर्स्ट वर्ड है हमारे वर्क का वो है बोट्सवेन. एंड व्हाट इज अ बोट्सवेन? बोट्सवेन इज अ पर्सन हु मैनेजेस द शिप. He manages the crew and the equipments of the ship. Crew means the members. And the meaning of the tempest, meaning of the word tempest is not a voyage. Voyage means a journey. Tempest means a violent storm. Okay. So when the violent storm comes, the manager of the ship asks the boatswain to tell the mariners. Mariners means the sailors of the ship, to manage the ship very carefully. Otherwise, the ship will sink. Okay. Chaos ensues. It means there's chaos. अगर ऐसा होगा कि अगर बहुत तूफान आ गई है समुद्र में और लोग हैं शिप में, तो जनरली व्हाट विल हैपन, देयर विल बी chaos. वहाँ पे बहुत कमोशन क्रिएट हो जाएगा. People will start running here and there and they'll start shouting. So that is known as a chaos. Some mariners enter, followed by a group of nobles comprised of Alonso, king of Naples, Sebastian, his brother, Antonio, Gonzalo, and others. So these characters I had introduced in the last class. Basically, they are on the ship, but their name is not introduced to us in Act 1, Scene 1. Okay, it is only said that the king, the prince, his brother, the master, they are there on the ship. Their names are not introduced. It will be introduced later on. So basically, you only have to know that there is a violent storm in this scene. And the violent storm is in the sea. And there is a ship in the sea. And who all are there in the ship? King is there. Now, who is this king? King of Naples. And what is the name of King of Naples? Alonso. Okay. So, they are being referred to as king, master, prince, किंग का जो बेटा है ही इज बीइंग रेफर्ड टू एज द प्रिंस. यहाँ पे उनका नाम नहीं अभी तक इंट्रोड्यूस किया गया है. दैट इज वाई आई एम नॉट टेलिंग यू ऑल, ऑल्दो आई हैड ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू ऑल about their names and about their characters in brief in the last class. So they all are there in the ship. We do not learn these men's name in this scene, nor do we learn that they have just come from Tunis in Africa, where Alonso's daughter Claribel has been married to the prince. So basically here it has only been told that they are in the ship and nothing else. Apart from this, nothing else is being told. बस यही बताया गया है कि ये लोग शिप में हैं. इसके अलावा ये नहीं बताया गया है यहाँ पे कि ये लोग कहाँ से आ रहे हैं. Although I am telling you this that they were returning from Tunis. Okay, it is a place in Africa. And why did they go to Tunis? Because King Alonso went there along with the other nobles and along with the other lords in order to marry off his daughter to the prince of Tunis. तो ये लोग ट्यूनिस से वापस आ रहे थे, तभी ये लोग समुद्र में फंस गए थे और एक वायलेंट स्टॉर्म के बीच फंस गए थे. And Tunis is in Africa. So as the boatswain and his crew take in the top sail and the top mast, Alonso and his party are merely underfoot, and the boatswain tells them to get below deck. So the situation is getting from worse to worst. ठीक है, खराब से बहुत खराब होते जा रहा है सिचुएशन. इसीलिए जो बोट्सवेन है, the one who manages the crew and the equipments, he tells the king and the other members, the other nobles, that they have to remain below decks and they have to keep themselves calm. Gonzalo reminds the boatswain that one of the passengers is of some importance. तो गोंजालो जो था इन लोगों में, वो क्या रिमाइंड करता है कि वन ऑफ द पैसेंजर्स, दैट इज इट मीन द किंग इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एंड ही इज ऑन द शिप. So the boatswain has to make sure that the ship does not sink. But the boatswain is unmoved. He will do what he has in order to save the ship, regardless of who is aboard. But the boatswain is unmoved. इसका मतलब क्या होता है कि जो बोट्सवेन है उसे इस बात का कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है कि किंग जो है वो शिप में है या फिर कौन शिप में है. ही इज देयर टू सेव एवरीबडी, एंड इफ ही इज नॉट एबल टू सेव एवरीबडी देन ही विल नॉट सेव ओनली द किंग. अगर वो सब लोगों को बचा नहीं पाता है तो वो बस किंग को अलग से नहीं बचाएगा, बिकॉज फॉर हिम एवरीबडी इज इक्वल. So he is unmoved by what Gonzalo says. The lords go below decks, and then, adding to the chaos of the scene, three of them, Sebastian, Antonio and Gonzalo, enter again only 4 lines later. So there's chaos. The characters are moving here and there every now and then. Sometimes they are going below decks, sometimes they are coming to talk to the boatswain, and they are insisting him to save the ship and to save it from sinking. Okay. So Sebastian and Antonio curse the boatswain in his labors, masking their fear with profanity. People are trying to mask their fears. इसका मतलब लोग जो हैं वो अपनी जो डर है उसको छुपा रहे थे, and they are continuously insisting the boatswain to save them because they don't want to die. Some mariners enter wet and crying, and only at this point does the audience learn the identity of the passengers on board. Gonzalo orders the mariners to pray for the king and the prince. So everybody is praying because the situation is worst and they are afraid that they will die if the boatswain is not able to save them. हर लोग जो है, जितने लोग शिप में थे along with the king, prince, the master, Gonzalo and other nobles, everyone is very scared and everybody is praying for themselves and also for the king. There is a strange noise, perhaps the sound of thunder, splitting wood and roaring water, and cry of mariners. Antonio, Sebastian and Gonzalo, preparing to sink to a watery grave, go in search of the king. So the noises mentioned here are very scary. The noise is of a thunder, splitting wood and roaring water. So eventually you can see that the ship is about to sink. So Gonzalo and Antonio and Sebastian, they go in search for the king so that they all can sing together, they all can die together, because there's very little hope left for them that they will remain alive. So this entire act 1 and scene 1, in this entire act 1 and scene 1 you can see ये जो वायलेंट स्टॉर्म का सीन है ये बहुत रियलिस्टिक है. तो शेक्सपियर हैज़ यूज्ड रियलिज्म इन दिस सीन, क्योंकि ये जो वायलेंट स्टॉर्म है ये कुछ इमेजिनेशन नहीं है, ऐसा सच में होता है. और शिप्स डू सिंक, शिप्स जो है वो इस ऐसे वायलेंट स्टॉर्म्स के कारण कभी कभी सिंक कर जाते हैं. तो शेक्सपियर हैज़ ट्राइड टू यूज रियलिज्म इन दिस पार्ट ऑफ हिज ड्रामा, इन द बिगिनिंग ऑफ हिज ड्रामा. एंड व्हाट इज़ वेरी रेयर कि अभी हमारा प्ले शुरू भी नहीं हुआ है और इस वायलेंट स्टॉर्म के कारण जो सारे कैरेक्टर्स हैं उनका डेथ भी हो सकता है. तो शेक्सपियर हैज़ ट्राइड टू क्रिएट दैट सस्पेंस इन द ऑडियंस एंड रीडर्स दैट द main characters of the play can die even before the play has started. So that suspense is there in the audience, and this kind of suspense is very rare because it does not happen that in the starting of the play only there is a a prevalent danger on the main characters of the play. क्योंकि स्टार्टिंग में हम क्या देखते हैं कि जो कैरेक्टर्स हैं उनको इंट्रोड्यूस करना स्टार्ट किया जाता है, और यहाँ पे ऑलरेडी बहुत पहले प्रॉस्पेरो को एग्जाइल पे भेज दिया गया था. तो बहुत पहले की चीज़ें हैं जो अभी हमें एक्ट 1 एंड सीन 1 में दिखाया जाएगा. और सीन 1 में ही ऐसा सिचुएशन क्रिएट हो गया है कि ऐसा लग रहा है कि प्ले ख़त्म होने वाला है, बिकॉज जो कैरेक्टर्स हैं उनका फेट एंड होने वाला है. वो ऐसा लग रहा है कि डिसाइड हो चुका है कि उन्होंने जितनी गलतियाँ की हैं अपनी लाइफ में उन्हें सज़ा मिल रहा है. ठीक है, तो ऐसा लग रहा है कि प्ले एंड होने वाला है. बट शेक्सपियर ने ये बिल्कुल यूज़ किया है, एक नया तरीका यूज़ किया है ये ऑडियंसेस को दिखाने के लिए और उन्हें बताने के लिए कि ये जो नया तरीका है ये काम करता है, यानी ये उनका इंटरेस्ट ग्रैब कर सकता है या नहीं. So this was all in Act 1, Scene 1. This is a very short play. So today we can start with Scene 2. Act 1, Scene 2. The main character of the play, Prospero, has still not been introduced. Neither his daughter Miranda has been introduced. So they will be introduced in this part of the play, Act 1, Scene 2. So the setting of this part is the island. Now this is the island on which Miranda and her father Prospero, they both live on this island, and they have been living here since 12 years. They had been exiled. Prospero had been exiled by his brother Antonio, and since then he has been living with his daughter Miranda on this island. So the setting is of this island. So Prospero and Miranda stand on, till now we know that the storm, the violent storm, the tempest which we saw, which we just read about in Act 1, Scene 1, till now we think that it is a real storm. But later on you'll learn that Prospero had caused that storm with his magic, and it was not real. It was not real means it was not a natural phenomena, and it was an induced phenomena, and it was induced by Prospero with the help of his magic. Prospero and Miranda stand on the shore of the island, having just witnessed the shipwreck. So the ship finally wrecks. Okay, it means it breaks off and it sinks in the sea. And who all are having a view at the shipwreck? It means who all are witness to the shipwreck? Prospero and Miranda. Prospero is the father and Miranda is his daughter. They both witness the shipwreck. It means they both witness how the ship sinks. Now the audience and the readers, if they don't know the story, that what happens later on, if they are reading it for the first time, it can happen that they might think that the main characters, the important characters of the play might have died. But later on you will discover how they are saved and where they are. So Prospero and Miranda, they witness the shipwreck. Miranda entreats her father to see that no one on board comes to any harm. Now Miranda knows that her father has magical powers. So Miranda asks her father that you should make sure that nobody on the ship dies and nobody is harmed in the shipwreck. Because why does she say that to her father? Because उसे पता था कि उसके father के पास magical powers है and he can save anybody if he wants to. Prospero assures her that no one was harmed and tells her that it's time she learned who she is and where she comes from. Now Miranda does not know her past. मिरांडा को नहीं पता है कि 12 years पहले क्या हुआ था उसके और उसके फादर प्रॉस्पेरो के साथ, और वो लोग का जो रियल घर है, रियल होम है, वो कहाँ है. मिरांडा डज नॉट नो ऑल दीज थिंग्स, दैट हाउ शी हैज लैंडेड ऑन एन आइलैंड विद अ फादर. So in this scene, Prospero decides to tell her daughter about the past and about what has happened to them, what had happened to them in the past. So that is why Prospero assures, first he assures her that whatever she wants will happen. Prospero उसे बोलता है कि किसी को कोई harm नहीं होगा and I'll make sure of it. And then he decides to tell her what she does not know till now and what she has not learned till now and what Prospero has also not told her till now. So Miranda seems curious, noting that Prospero has often started to tell her about herself but always stopped. Now this time Miranda is very curious to know about her past, because at times it has happened that Prospero has decided to tell Miranda about the past, but he has started telling but he has stopped in the middle. बहुत बार ऐसा हुआ है कि Prospero ने मिरांडा को बताने का कोशिश किया है, बताना स्टार्ट किया है उनके पास्ट के बारे में, but after starting he eventually stops after some time and he never completes the whole thing. So today he'll complete the whole thing and he'll tell Miranda about their past and what had happened to them in Milan, because Prospero was the Duke of Milan. So what does Prospero tell her? He tells her that he was, so basically he tells her these things which I am writing here. He was the Duke of Milan. Now this was the post which he carried, and he is not an ordinary man, as he was the Duke of Milan 12 years ago and he was known for his intelligence. उसे वो इतना बुद्धिमान था कि वो उस चीज़ के लिए वहाँ मिलान में फेमस था, and he was famous for his great intelligence. Prospero explains that he gradually grew uninterested in politics, however, and turned his attention more and more to his studies, neglecting his duties as a duke. Now Prospero is telling Miranda that although he was the duke, but gradually what happened, धीरे धीरे क्या हुआ कि वो पॉलिटिक्स में कम इंटरेस्टेड होता गया और अपने स्टडीज़ में ज़्यादा इंटरेस्टेड होता गया. और क्योंकि वो अपनी स्टडीज़ में ज़्यादा इंटरेस्ट लेता चला गया, उस वजह से क्या हुआ कि उसकी जो ड्यूटीज़ थी एज द ड्यूक ऑफ मिलान, वो उसे पूरा नहीं कर पाया और वो कहीं ना कहीं उसमें फेल हो गया. So he gradually grew more interested in this is the story of the time when he was the Duke of Milan. So that is why he neglected his duties as the Duke. ड्यूक की जो ड्यूटीज़ होती हैं वो ग्रेजुअली प्रॉस्पेरो निगलेक्ट करता चला गया. This gave his brother Antonio an opportunity to act on his ambition. Working in concert with King of Naples, Antonio usurped Prospero of his dukedom. इस चीज का एंटोनियो ने फायदा उठाया, क्योंकि जो ड्यूक है वो पॉलिटिक्स में लेस इंटरेस्टेड होता चला गया. उसे नहीं पता था कि लोग क्या उसके अगेंस्ट प्लान कर रहे हैं, क्या प्लॉट कर रहे हैं, बिकॉज ही वॉज मोर इनटू हिज स्टडीज. तो इस चीज का इसके ब्रदर एंटोनियो ने फायदा उठाया और अलॉन्ग विथ एलोंजो इज द किंग ऑफ नेपल्स, ये दोनों ने मिलके इसका जो किंगडम है, इसका जो ड्यूकडम है, उसे यूजर्प कर लिया, उसे ऑक्यूपाई कर लिया, उस पर कब्जा कर लिया. तो एंटोनियो इज प्रॉस्पेरोस ब्रदर एंड एलोंजो इज द ड्यूक ऑफ नेपल्स. आई हैव ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू ऑल. तो दे यूजर्प्ड हिज ड्यूकडम. जैसे किंग का किंगडम होता है, वैसे ही ड्यूक का क्या होता है, ड्यूकडम होता है. ठीक है, ड्यूक का जो प्लेस रहता है जहां वो रूल करता है उसे ड्यूकडम बोलते हैं. ठीक है, so Antonio arranged for the king of Naples to pay him an annual tribute and do him homage as duke. Okay, now Antonio had usurped the dukedom of Prospero. और कब्जा करने के बाद क्या है, एंटोनियो जो है वो अपने आप को हेड समझने लगा और प्रॉस्पेरो को क्या बोला कि उसे यहाँ रहने के लिए पे करना पड़ेगा और उसे हमेशा ट्रिब्यूट देना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि एंटोनियो क्या है, वो अपने आप को हेड समझने लगा. ऑल्दो उसने इलीगली वो यूजर्प किया था, लॉफुली नहीं मिला था उसे. ठीक है,